What's up, YouTube? I'm coming at you guys real quick for an intervention video. I wanted to go over something real quick about an individual who was very disgusting, said some very disgusting things earlier. I've been jabbing at root words, root SOTOMAYOR for a while, maybe about a week or so. And it's always based off things that he said. The reason why I'm doing this is to show you, Root, that all I need to do is take the things that you say and show people how you really feel and how much of a liar you are. So extracurricular time, gotta go dark on you. What's going on, people? Welcome. Yeah, Snap is here. Do you look at all the triple CTV, T-Code, the Shadow Assassin. Not the, my nigga, the Shadow Assassin. Yeah, this live stream, guys, is only gonna be maybe like 45 minutes, maybe tops. It's more of a video, but you know I can't help kicking it with y'all, man. You know I can't help kicking it with y'all. I got my baby girl in the room. What up, Wax? My queen mother, one of my little queen mothers is in here, so I gotta watch my mouth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try. But had a little, back and forth going with Root over there, Root Words. And I don't have any problem with it. I'll engage Root. I don't have any problem engaging Root because he's funny. Like Root one time was on his page scrambling, trying to get on with Dizzy Cochran. He didn't even know that I was Dizzy Cochran. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is ridiculous. So Root is not, the sharpest knife in the drawer. But nevertheless, we accepted him, and nobody had a problem accepting him. Even though he got on everybody's nerves, we accepted him. As one of my friends in the background said once about Root, Root is the type of person who knocks on your door and you pretend that you're not at home. Now, it doesn't mean you don't really like the person. It just means, nigga, I ain't even flexing with you right now. So that's the type of person Root is. It's all good. He could be how he wants to be. But what I do is the same thing I do with Sonetta, the same thing I did with Polite, the same thing I did with Spirit Bay recently, weirdo, A1 weirdo. It's like I take the things you say. So when you say something to me, or you say something at me, and that shit is some sort of, basically, if that shit is just not true, it's just some shit you made up trying to be funny or whatever the case may be, I don't really care, but I take it as, yo, like I win, because everything that I say about you is generally based and rooted in some sort of fact. You know what I'm saying? So if the stuff that I'm saying to you is based and or rooted in fact, you know what I'm saying? I'm only taking, ultimately, what you say and rocking off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just go off of what you say and critique it and move on. That's what I do. I make YouTube videos about stuff like that. So anyway, Root has been going back and forth with it with me because Root doesn't like the fact that, number one, I want to say am a MOOR, but I'm not really a MOOR because I've evolved past that. At one point I was into MOOR science, so much that I even had a MOOR's title, So it's like, peace. It's like, it's all right, you're here. But it's like I evolved past the MOOR's science thing, so to speak, And it's not the first thing. Like, when I first came in the door, I was studying to be a 5%er. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came through from Elijah Muhammad, reading the message of the black man. This is a MOOR. It's a MOOR. He was a MOOR. Talk, draw, lead, man. Nevertheless, You know what I'm saying? Like I came in the door like that. You know, as far as study goes, when I first came out of what I was in before, meaning blindness, it was just what up, what up. It was just me coming out of it, you know? So anyway, I came out of it. I dived into more science. When I really started getting into more science, I was like 27. Like I had known about it like everybody else. You know, you hear about stuff, you know about stuff. But you know, it wasn't something that I was really studying to say that, hey, you know what, I studied this and I agree with it or disagree with it. It's, you know, whatever. So when I finally started getting into it, you know, when you deal with it, you meet a lot of different people. And I met a lot of different Moors. And a lot of those brothers, man, to this day with me are A1 brothers, you know, and sisters as well that I've been turned on to and met. So it's like they're A1 people and I fuck with them, you know, and the things that they talk about, I fuck with it. I agree with it. You know, I felt that at one point, one of the reasons why, before I found out that Sarnetta was a completely what he really is, I only fucked with his page just when Red Pill and Blue Pill was up there because they were the only ones who seemed to not only salute whatever people who look like us may have done in Africa, but all other parts of the world, mainly here. You know what I'm saying? Particularly here. So it's like it's not that I don't want to say I didn't care about more science like that. It's just I always wanted that narrative to be included because I always felt that all of it has to be included. You know what I'm saying? Everything can't just be an Africa kumbaya story. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everything, the world is too big for that. There's too many variables in life for you to sit there and pretend like this is what happened, this is what happened next, and this is like, come on now. So it's like I wanted to include everything, and I like to have everything included. And so dealing with more science was a eye-opening experience, you know, like a lot of Moors. One thing that I learned from the first Moor that I learned from was the way that they attack study, meaning they'll try to give you some sort of answer, but you have to find out the question, you know, like what is the question to come up with that answer? You know, here's the answer. Now, how did I get to this answer, so to speak? Here's those spots you should be at. Now you just find out how to get to this spot, so to speak. So it was like that right there was something, it was in line with how I kind of was anyway as a person, you know. So nevertheless, I go through it. Me being me, I'm a profound person. So I feel things deeply a lot. So it's like when I'm hit with something, I'm hit with something. And I didn't want to feel like I was bashing the Moors or bashing my brothers who call themselves Moors or sisters who call themselves Moor. But at the same time, the more I kept studying, I was like, man, I don't see nothing past a certain point, you know what I'm saying, that has anything to do with more. And then in the same breath, it's like the evidence and the history that I found, it was like nobody was conclusively had any data to show that these people call themselves like we the Moors. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no data even to date that I find. Now I see brothers and sisters now, and I heard back in, you know, the 30s and even before then, to the person that what up, welcome to the person that taught Drew Ali, who I forgot the brother's name, man. It was some brother I remember seeing a documentary on. He allegedly taught Drew Ali. But anyway, there's no data on that shit that I could find. Like maybe that's just my shortcoming, and I'll accept that as that. That's why I keep telling these dudes, I'm not coming at y'all in that way. But when you start deflecting or avoiding shit, or especially acting like you're so smarter than someone else and you're really not. Like especially when I ask you questions of fact. So dealing with a lot of Moors, I found out that they don't like to engage you in anything intellectual, meaning they pretend that they like to do those things, but what they really like to do is engage you in a master student sort of way. Like they'll read books go to other Moors, talk about the book, and then come back to you as though there's some master. And like that part of it is a turnoff. It's something that I couldn't fuck with. It's something that really, it was an eye opener. Another big eye opener was the fact that so many Moors locked up right now in these prisons and in these jails. And they had brothers like Sabir Bey, etc., telling them about taking them through mock court and all of this shit like that, and telling them what you got to do is this. And you see right here, this is a municipality, and a municipality means all that shit. They take you through all of that bullshit, but at the end of the day, they're not showing you how to get out of the yoke of these people. Not only are they not showing you that, the people who are actually boots on the ground attempting this shit, going into court, fighting these people, literally just there. You know what I'm saying? Once they got you in there, you're in there. Ain't shit you can do. You're just in there. And they got you in there. They're in there fighting for their lives, man. And they just need information. They need help from the outside. And there's nothing coming. There's nothing coming. When you go to visitation rooms and shit, you don't see a pack of Moors down there visiting and helping, you know what I'm saying, people go through what the fuck they helped them get into a lot of the times. And one thing that really, 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 really fucked me up about it was the fact that these people would sell this status correction, sell this Moor science identity, passports. Tell, see, this all you got to do is show the cop your passport because, see, he's operating under this and the codes and the Constitution, but you're not operating under the codes and Constitution. You're operating under the Treaty of the Sultan and the Constitution. You know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They say all those things to you, and then when it actually had time for you to actually fight this shit, yo, you get caught up in that shit. You get caught up in that shit, and that's the end of it. You're done. You're done. I've watched brothers in there that we used to fucking basically, we had our own pattern. We used to sleep during the day so that we could stay up all night because it was quiet, because all the rest of the dudes would sleep. So we could be up all night long studying, preparing, like this dude's got a court case and I'm helping him with his case and this, that, and the third. And it's like to go through that and to be sincere about it, you know, to be in there standing on my square and, you know, I still fuck with the Moors and making and talking about it and while I'm fighting my case and this, that, and the third. And then to come out and you address certain people again, like bitch ass Sabir Bey. You address this nigga and you make jokes like, oh, he must be fighting the case. This ain't no get out of jail free call. What are you talking about? Why would you even say that, nigga? You don't even know who you talking about, man. You don't even know who you talking to, man. And that's the type of nigga that I'm talking about, that'll sell you this shit, but won't address shit, won't show you nothing. The same individual, he's a one. This guy here, I don't know if y'all seen Blade. You know what I'm saying? But he's what you call a familiar. He's a Moor wannabe. He's not accepted by anybody that's even called a Moor. There's no one who calls themselves a Moor that I've ever said, yeah, Root's a Moor. That's why I call him Soto a Moor, because he's Soto a Moor. But anyway, this individual, I began to engage him in dialect. I didn't think it would ever come to this. I was warned, but here again, I always try to give people their own. I try to let you, if something's gonna happen, I'm gonna let you hang yourself. You know, and so tonight it's time for an intervention. Now, Root has already come out and said shameful things like we're black monkeys from Africa. They're talking about Africans, that they're monkeys. Also that he doesn't care about us being shot down by the police. Now, mind you, and this is for you, Root, mind you, you know, Root, in 2006, that the FBI came out and said that the police departments across America have been successfully infiltrated. by neo-Nazi groups, basically all types of racist groups. You can look that up yourself, Root, since you're a Root type of guy. So you want those people, basically neo-Nazi, racist-ass, Ku Klux Klanman, fucking bigoted-ass people who have basically taken over the police force in America. You want them to shoot your brothers and sisters because your brothers and sisters are maybe a little, certain ones of them may be confused about who and where they are and where they came from, due to no fault of their own, due to intentional traps and confusion laid before them before they could even walk and talk. But these white supremacists have dominated the police department, and that's who you call upon to shoot your people, bro. No matter what you say, you could keep, oh, Shane TV's a Mason because he talks about his own people, and he's I don't like the way he talks, he's gay, or you don't have a bald head, Shane TV, your head's bald, or whatever the stuff. None of that. That's called deflection, Root. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is the fact that you want the most, a group of people who the FBI already came out and said has been infiltrated by white supremacists. You are coming out on a social media platform where the world can hear, where you have neo-Nazi, white supremacist groups right now downloading and recording shit off YouTube when they hear people like Tommy Sotomayor and people like yourself, Ruth Sotomayor, say the things that you say. Do you want to know what they do? They edit it and just play it to give fuel to the fire. No. What do you need? Why? No thanks. Because your sister's already in here. And that's why she's in here, because y'all keep arguing. So you go that way and she'll stay this way. All right, thanks a lot. So yeah, you want the group of people who are harming us the most without any consequence, you're going to give them a green light? Now, even after he said this, I allowed him to come back in the chats and shit. I would even speak to him and all of these, and like, what up, Root? Peace, whatever, even though the better half of me said, nigga, yo, that's some fucked up shit to say, and that came from somewhere. That came from somewhere. For you to say that, bro, that came from somewhere. And I generally think, what up? I be thinking, that's how you really feel. Man, that's how you really feel. Now, that wasn't all, people. I did a video addressing Root's pitiful, pathetic attempts to try to paint me as some sort of woman basher or black woman hater. Again, 65 to 75% of my subscription base is women, black women, as far as I know. Also, there's no audio anywhere to be found that can be played anywhere of me bashing sisters, talking shit about sisters, and overall doing anything that Root accused me of doing. So what that means, Root, is you're a fucking liar. On top of everything that you're doing, everything that you say, you're a liar. So that's why I say I'm done. I can't fuck with you for real, G. Because you really full of shit. Then you out here drinking in the store, getting drunk in a store and getting kicked out of the store and going on a live stream and blaming me for it. Like, are you serious, yo? Me, who's where I am. Oh, I got another thing to address Root about. Root has a problem with anybody who has a job. Meaning, he's doing a pulling the old Sinetta, and he calls Sinetta a Mason, but he's pulling Sinetta's tactics. He calls Sinetta a Mason, and he's pulling Mason tactics. Root says that I work for the white man. Yes, he is, Triple C. He says that, no, hold on, guys. Let me mute this for 2 seconds. Thank you. There will be no arguing tonight. I'm going to separate them. I'm going to separate them. So anyway, I said, I can't really fuck with you because you make shit up, man. And you just say shit for the sake of saying it, man. And everything that I'm saying about you, dog, is shit that you said. That's it. And you're mad about it. Again, you said you want the police to kill us. All because of something someone doesn't agree with you on social media. The next day he comes out, y'all, and says that he wants me to die. Now, when did I ever say you should die, Root? Did I ever even tell you to go to hell? I never even told this dude to go to hell. But I'm the Mason. I'm the one causing division. I'm the one spewing all types of hate. That's what I'm doing. As early as today, I checked one of my comment section. I mean, one of my videos comment section. Now Root has actually taken to talking about my mother. Yes, he has taken to talking about my mother. Now, there's nowhere, anywhere you can find any audio of my mother saying anything, first off, past 2011, June, because she passed away then. Okay, so there's no evidence of that. But this is what he does. He's talking, and I'm like, whoa, gee, now you're talking about my mom. First off, my mother is a queen goddess mother. Mary, whatever the fuck you be saying, isn't she? Whether I agree with that shit or not should mean nothing to you. The point of all that shit is you believe it. That's what you say. You say you believe this stuff. If you believe this stuff, then why would you call a queen mother and talk shit about a queen mother who's actually deceased right now? And she never even, first off, she can't even defend herself. Secondly, she never even crossed you, cussed you, or nothing. That's what you did, Lou. I got the screenshots. People seen it. I'm gonna put it in the Facebook group in a little while if it hasn't already been shared. Root, you're a dirty Moor, man. You always up there talking about a dirty Moor. You a dirty Moor. What happened? Suicide. There's a lot going on with this dude, man. This dude is talking crap. He's talking about my mother now, bringing up my mother, even though my mother's been passed on and transitioned for 7 years now. This nigga's talking, and she said something about him. She's never said anything about you, Root. She never even knew you. And the crazy part about it is you run around talking about how much you love the goddesses and you a beta male. But every time you get mad, I can't tell. So this dude actually did a live stream, again, maxed out at 4 people. And they generally are laughing at him or just giving him, yes, more fuck, yes, D Prince, thank you. Just absolutely ridiculous, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all hear some of a little bit of what this fucking twat waffle had to say.
Sister, they all of our mothers, their only source was to go kill their children. No, I'm not, sucker. You scared to let me talk, sucker. Let me explain myself, sucker. So what I'm trying to say is all the Masons like Shane TV and all these fake fucks promoted Planned Parenthood. And that killed more of our kids than anything.
I promote Planned Parenthood. Has anyone ever heard me even talk about Planned Parenthood? I had 3 children in 2 years, and none of them were planned.
And our women didn't have no choices. None of us alpha male was out there saying, boo-boo, it's all good. We're going to try to support the children. Wasn't nobody out here being cute butter. And wasn't nobody out here being cute butter. The black power motherfucker with a building helping out the children. The only one of us.
That you know
And
of.
then all the black people, that's all they talk about are women or hoes like him. And that niggas need to die.
Okay. Have anybody ever heard, what up, Paz? Thank you, Paz. And has anyone ever heard me call women, black women, hoes? Yeah, he had to have gotten that from Kev, D. Like, he's getting extremely confused right now. You know, like, rude. Again, I only do this for one reason. You're a liar. No one believes you because it's nothing there to believe. If you actually had evidence, you would display it and play it. Like when I made a claim and or an assertion that you said that black people or certain black people who didn't agree with you were black ass monkeys from Africa. They were just monkeys. And you also said that you hope the police kill certain black people who don't agree with you in your premise. And I even played the audio. Other people heard you on your live stream say you wish I was dead for no other reason than I don't agree with you. Here we are again with you running your mouth. I didn't even go back into the part where you were saying, talking about, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to embarrass you like that.
All right. So if you're a black monkey like you, Shane TV, and all you do is talk about niggas, I can't say you talk about women. Talk about niggas and hope niggas that don't have a job like you go to jail and, oh, I do hair and everything. Death to you niggas, man. Because all you're going to do is end up to be the white man sissy.
So if I say something about motherfuckers on heroin and people scamming people, death to me, I'm for the white man. I don't understand. I thought I was out here exposing the frauds in our community so that we could have the nigga meeting. I don't even be bringing up white people except when I talk about racist Ric Flair and how he's still promoted all over TV like some hero. He said, talk about niggas who haven't been to jail. I openly talk about how I did go to jail and was fighting my case by myself with other Moors in there. What do you listen or do you just talk, Luke?
Nothing else, brother. Yeah, death to you niggas, man.
I want y'all to listen.
We should get on TV and talk about this stuff. We should get on the same channel so I can embarrass your face in that.
No, this is what he really wants. He always wants to try to get you on the same channel so he could try to build up his little measly, whatever you want to call that, of a platform.
Embarrass your motherfucking bay ass.
Okay.
But back to the life science. Oh, you said a good question. Hold on. See, the Masons are the police, my nigga. They're the Knights of Columbus. And you're...
So, the Masons are the police. They're the Knights of the Columbus. Then the Masons are the global elite. Then the Masons are the judges. Then the Masons are the fucking, all the doctors at the hospital are Masons. Then the fuck, man, who the fuck isn't? But we're going to get into that Mason shit. Are the Moors a Masonic group or fraternity? Because that's the way you act and root about anyone who says anything against the Moors in any way. You come out and wish them death. Fuck their mothers and all of that. Even though their mothers is passed on, you talking like this is what you doing. Sounds a little Masonic to me.
Down with the Masons, that's down with the Knights of Columbus. Okay. So all y'all mingle together and try to get the low-bearing jobs you serving up the servant brother. Okay. That talk about brothers that might not have a job. Talk about brothers that have.
That be hitting home, y'all. when that shit hit you home, Root, you know that shit hit you home because you know you should be somewhere doing something. If you don't have your own business, nigga, you should be somewhere gainfully employed. That's the end of the story. I don't know what else you want to add to that or take away from that. And anything that you try to talk around that shit, I know where you coming from. You're a bullshit artist and your ass is broke and you're unemployed. And it hurts.
Talk about Moors and you are Moor. You like that one nigga on
you hear him? Talk about Moors and you are Moor. Okay, so that's fucked up logic to a person like him. Now let me show you how ignorant and stupid a person like Root really is. Okay? Talk about Moors and you are a Moor. Do we talk about other humans when they do things right or wrong? We're going wrong right here. If other humans are doing things wrong, do you talk about them? Or do you not mention these things at all because they're another human? So how dare me mention shortcomings of other humans? Doesn't he sounds like a dirty fingernails type of nigga? That's why I put down that Root SOTOMAYOR is a dirty Moor. Not just his words and deeds, but actually he's a dirty little nigga. But do we not? I'm a Root. You're a human. Why do you critique other humans? You need to talk about humans and he a human. You fucking stupid. That shit sounds good, man, when you be saying it. That's why I tried to teach you before, Root. You got to say things in reverse, man, because it's a spell, so to speak, man. And make sure you lock the door. Thanks. But yeah, man, you got to say the shit back, Root. Like, that's how I was able to beat these people. See, you just take the shit and roll with it. Like, somebody told you, Root, and that the birth certificate is contract with the such and such such. And you have to go back and say, wait a minute. Me being born and my mother putting a name on this piece of paper is a contract with them? I'm not even old enough to contract. What are you talking about? It can't possibly make sense. The fuck? But we're gonna continue on.
The Boondocks, my nigga. You like this dude off the Boondocks. All you do is talk about black people. There's millions of y'all, my nigga. There's millions.
I'm the Boom. Now remember, please, people, please, whatever you do not forget what he just said. All you do is talk about black people.
Y'all show's been like that forever, my nigga. Look, Shane, this is what your show is about, brother. Hey, man, you Shane, you ain't know that I'm root words, nigga. I take people to the root of the problem, my nigga.
And I'm going to take you guys to the root of his problem when he's done. But let's let this clown, once again, talk himself into a hole.
Derek Jones TV. Hold on, let me embarrass your punk ass, nigga. Let me show you what all your shows is about, nigga. Talking about black people, nigga. Talking about white people, nigga. That's all you do, nigga. You fucking lame.
Which one is it? Black people or white people?
Your job, nigga, is mad.
I'm a Mason. Now, me talking about other people on YouTube makes me a Mason. And my job is to keep us mad at each other because I'm a Mason and because I talk about other people. Okay, that's all I do.
Look, nigga, go fund me. Michael Edwards, go fund.
That's on Shane TV too. You can find that video.
Kevin Gills, Dizzy Drang. That's all you.
Dizzy in the morning. You can catch that on the Dizzy Cochran Show.
Fuck niggas do is talk about us, man. And a nigga, Israel said he was raped.
Hold on, people. Okay, sorry guys about that. I had to take.
Nigga, and he said he can't read, my nigga. Nigga is mentally retarded. Look at him, my nigga. Quit talking about the nigga.
He called you mentally retarded, Israel Doctrine. You better get that nigga, yo.
I remember I was dissing the nigga who said that. Like, look, man, I was a motherfucking rape situation when I was young, my nigga. He said he can't read, nigga. He said he was on the short bus when he was little. And you talking about this nigga, man. You are corny, bro. And you are...
Now, he's trying to garner sympathy for one Israel Doctrine. I showed the whole world how Israel Doctrine created a fake beef between he and I to create some activity for his page when his page was pretty dry. So everything that, again, checking the things that Root says, a Root intervention. Root, did I go and start anything with Israel Doctrine, or did Israel Doctrine say he woke up one day on some shit and just started calling motherfuckers out? And along with Triple C TV, Conscious Community Convo, my name was thrown in the woke up on some shit, call a motherfucker out conversation. This happened right after I agreed to go on his show when I did not want to. Oh, I'm going to get to that in a second, Wax, because I'm sick of hearing that Mason shit. That's why I just started saying, but I haven't ever talked about that shit. But I've been hearing it so much, I'm just tired of it. You're not going to sit here and convince me, nigga, that everybody, hold on, yo. You're not going to convince me that everybody who's evil is a Mason and all the good people aren't. I'm not trying to buy that shit, yo. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying it. So you could try to sell that shit to somebody else. I'm not buying it. You could sell that shit to ignorant niggas just coming into consciousness and knowledge and shit because they'll believe that shit. Oh, these people evil. Right? But anyway, this whole Israel Doctrine shit started after Israel Doctrine approached me through a mutual friend to try to get me to go on his show. This shit took about a week or so. Finally, though I did not want to do it, even though I told my mutual friend I did not want to do it, but for that person, I would do it because I fuck with that person, so I'll do it. Okay? I sent this nigga stipulations like, yo, I don't do YouTube fuck shit. Don't try to get me on your show and act like we cool, and then the next day you talking shit about me. Don't do that, because if that's how you are, I won't even approach you. I won't come on your show. You can just stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. Nigga, I got the fucking text messages still in my phone with Israel Doctrine's phone number. Okay? The fuck out of here. See, again, you talking shit that you don't know. This nigga took it upon himself to violate everything I agreed upon with him. That's why he got dragged. And he continues to get dragged, as you can see over at the Dizzy Cochran show. You want to be famous, nigga? I'll make you infamous. And if you keep running your little Kermit the Mouth ass fucking mouth, I'm going to make you infamous too.
And you a Mason. That's your job, nigga, is to keep us mad.
Mm-hmm.
Look, nigga, go fund me. Michael Edwards, go fund me. Kevin Gibbs, Dizzy Drang. That's all you fuck niggas do is talk about us, man.
That's all I do. Remember this. Don't forget that, though. All you do is talk about people.
Israel said he was raped when he...
And I'm a Mason. All the Masons do is talk about other black people to try to keep us riled up. Do not forget that point, chat. All the Masons do is talk about other black people.
Little, my nigga, and he said he can't read. My nigga is mentally retarded. Look at him, my nigga. Quit talking about the nigga. I remember I was dissing the nigga until he said that. Like, look, man, I was a part of a motherfucking rape situation when I was young, my nigga. He said he can't read, nigga. He said he was on the short bus when he was little. And you talking about this nigga, man. You are corny, bro. And you are excellent in your speech. You better than me. And I'm Root words.
Thank you, Root. You made my point exactly. Now, You heard what he said. That Masons talk shit about people. That's all they do is talk about other black people. And what did he do? He ran down, he typed in my name in YouTube because he's root words. He's going to go to the root and show you the list of my videos. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to root words and I'm going to go to his videos. Okay. And we're just going to scroll along Root's videos and look at the name of his videos and the titles. Taj Tariqite. That's telling in and of itself. Get off that man. Stop swinging from his dick hairs, man. Okay? Taj Tariqite. Polite. MOOR. Talking shit about polite. Shame. I challenge anything, whatever the fuck. Okay? Taj Tariqite. Happy Valentine's Day. Shame TV. Talking shit. Taj Tariqite. Darkman X. Old Mex heads from whatever the fuck, but talking shit about Darkman X. Derek Jones is a coward. God is Mother Mary, whatever the fuck that supposedly mean, but then you just get finished talking shit about my dead mother. Oh, here we go again. The next video, Darkman X. Now talking about birth certificates, whatever. Calling out Darkman X and any of you Aboriginal fucks. Here we go again. Lex, you a Lucifer demon, whatever the fuck. New Lexicon, talking about Lex Vortex, calling him a con. Like, come on, man. Root words versus Javen bullets, debate or beat down. Lex, a womb hater. And here's the proof. Taj Tariqite, Sinetta, Darkman X, just throwing names on the title to get you to come to the shit and watch the shit. Okay, that's all he's doing, but he's talking shit about everybody. He's talking shit about everybody. Talking shit about everybody. Talking shit about Taharka Bay. Talking shit on here about Sabir Bay. Sabir Bay is a coward. Lex Vortex is evil. Here's another evil Lex Vortex. Sonetta, Drizzy, shots fired. Any of you Africans, what the fuck? This is the name of the title of the video of him banging on black people. But you just got finished hearing this fucking clown tell you that that's what I do and I only do it because I'm a Mason. Derek Jones Talks Live. This is our standard 30-second break. And we are back. Now, the next part of the show, before we get ready to close this out, because I don't have long left, is we went over Root Sotomayor, the dirty Moor, and I'm not just saying his words and deeds, but he's actually a little filthy, dirty-ass person. And that's just my opinion of you, Root. You brought this on yourself, man. Don't get mad at me. And the next time you do a video with my name in the chat, I'm going to do exactly what I did. I'm going to come to your chat, ask you some stuff, because I know how you're going to act. You're going to respond. And then I'm going to just do another video showing how you just say anything out of your mouth, how you're evil, how you talk shit about our people all the time, and then call other people Masons and say that they're really evil. And speaking of Masons, now, in my opinion, from the little bit of information I have about it, and from the personal firsthand knowledge I have about it by actually speaking to a few, I don't really get the whole, no matter what, I'm vouching for you shit. Like, I'll say it like this. No matter what you say about a MOOR, this nigga's gonna catch feelings about it. Unless you say something positive. Thank you, Posh. Tell me why you really mad, G. You keep talking about Masons. Are you a part of a Masonic group? Because the way you act, Masonic groups supposedly act that way. I haven't heard that shit. The Masons I talked to openly told me that they weren't supposed to be telling me anything, but they don't give a fuck. Some of them said, a couple of them said, I was young when I did that shit. It was what it was. It don't mean nothing. I don't even think about it, is what one said. Okay, what are you talking like? Because I really wanted to know. When I found out that this brother was a Mason and the other one, I was questioning these niggas. Because I heard all the bullshit like everybody else does. Now, let's not get this twisted. Let me not go too far. Let's not get this twisted. If you think that I don't think that there's groups of people who are doing wicked things in this world and actually being a team about it, they're coming together and being a fucking team and doing it together and teamwork, secret effort. Yes, I know that is fucking happening. Do I think all those people are what are called Masons? Only an infantile brained fuck nigga would think something like that. And I see why you think that way, Root. But again, the way Root acts about it, are the Moors a Masonic group? Or fraternity of some sort? Like if you say something bad about this group, he automatically wishes you death, fuck your mother, and all of that shit. He wants to bash your mama, nigga, and like, damn, my mama, she ain't even say nothing about you. What are you talking about, Root? What's going on here, man? So that's where we are with that. It was just a quick question. Are the Moors a Masonic group or fraternity? I think so. This has been Root Words Intervention. You all heard it. He's a dirty Moor, and I don't mean just the words or his deeds. He's an actually dirty little ass nigga. Derek Jones Talks Live.